Did my life depend on it?
You got better football knowledge than I thought you had. Right, Dad, can you just don't even think right now, right? Can you just do a intro? Don't ask questions. Just do an intro for this podcast.
Okay, welcome all the Augeyboyz viewers to this one-off question and answer session with Papa Oj and the Augeyboyz.
Can we just say, one, it's not necessarily a one-off. Two, it's not a question and answer, is it? It's just a podcast. So welcome, big welcome. You can give him a clap. Thank you. To the man that had sex to make me and Mikey.
Are you allowed to say that?
You say, Oj, this is, you know our podcast. You can say what you want.
Oh, I didn't pull out quick enough.
Okay, he started with how he needs to go on. So, yeah, as you can see, me and Mikey are sharing a mic. So bear with us. We will get a new mic, another mic.
I mean, keep it like this a bit more.
Yeah, but then I don't really want to be near you.
It's easier like that.
Yeah, but all right. Anyway, just stop.
You are tied.
Right.
You are tied. You are the Augeyboyz, yeah? Tied. T-I-E-D.
Tied.
Yeah, because apparently when anything happens ever, it's like if I'm somewhere and Mikey's not, where's Mikey? Because we're the Augeyboyz. Apparently, we're meant to know where the other one is.
Who asked you that then?
Was that just a dig? Was it like a who asked? Like what are you talking?
I
about?
come here. I just asked where Mikey because you live together, not because you're the Augeyboyz.
No, there's actually comments being like, "Oh, where's Chaz?" or "Where's Chaz?" Oh, in the stream when I used to stream.
Dad, quit the shit. Who's the favourite child?
Jamie, and he's not here.
Jamie. Who's Jamie?
So it's your big brother.
Tell them who Jamie is.
There are three OJs. Yeah, Mikey's the youngest.
Hello.
Charlie's the middle,
The
and the older boy, Jamie, who we don't really talk about a lot, do we? No, we love him to bits. He's the only one who's got a proper job, so he goes to work and works in London.
Yeah.
But no, he's very proud of these two. So yeah, he's a Liverpool fan, Man United fan, Chelsea fan, and Dad is a Liverpool fan.
You referring to yourself in third person now? Dad is a
as in what host? Question master,
host of the What a Pickle podcast. We'll come on to that shortly.
Later.
As a Liverpool fan,
yes, sir.
Did you watch the game this weekend?
I did not watch the Man United Liverpool game because I thought one I was at a pickleball tournament, which was a bit of a waste of time. I very tired. And secondly, I thought, well, this is just another game, and Man United might turn up, might not turn up. It won't be anything. And typically, it was a classic. And yes, I took humble pie when I got home. I said to my wife, I was just going to have a bath and I'll message Charlie and take my medicine. And what did I get? I got a phone call. And the first thing Charlie goes is, and then I went, yeah, hello, son.
Yeah, I just called him. And I didn't know he was in the bath. And he answered and I was just laughed at him. And he took it really well, to be fair.
Always do with you.
So you are quite a good loser.
It's called being magnanimous in defeat and
Chaz is not like that.
No.
Is he?
No.
Not at all.
No. Charlie is not. If I was to ring you up and you went, you wouldn't even answer.
No, this is bullshit. Why are we coming for me? No. I'm a good loser. I give it, but I take it. What am I bad at losing?
So in an honest opinion, did Man United deserve it on the day?
For the quality of chances we had compared to your quality of chances, yes. You had like more possession. So
as a neutral fan, it was a fair result.
Yeah, you won't hit.
Should he have gone to penalties? Really?
No.
Okay.
You won't hit. No, probably not on the chances we had. Scott McTominay, if he wants such a.
So while you're talking sense,
yeah, okay.
So will Man United finish in the top four?
Not top four, top five. We'll finish
top
five. And fifth place. Do you know this? Hold on. As the Augeyboyz father, you should know a little bit about football, correct?
A little bit.
Yeah. So do you know top five what that means this year?
Yes, the fifth place might get an extra place in the Champions League.
Do you know why?
Is it to do with fair play or is it to do with the new structure next year?
He's quite good, isn't he?
Well, I do watch your
Mike, to be fair, Mikey doesn't probably know.
Mikey's looking at me as if like...
I just saw some coefficient and I was like, oh yeah, we're close to getting it.
Well, I think it might be
to do with the new... fair play. It's nothing to do with fair play.
Is it to do with
the new structure and the coefficients of how well you do in Europe? So there's going to be 2 teams in Europe that get 5 places, and we're probably going to get one. We're like 90% sure.
Well, currently in Europe, because if it's currently Man United aren't in Europe,
you know when he's setting up for an insult, because he tees it up too well.
Chelsea aren't in Europe either, are they? So
and Liverpool, what?
Unnecessary. We know that.
We're
not.
We're joint top of the league at the moment on goal difference second, don't we?
So do you win the league if you're joint top?
No, you have to have good goal difference.
Oh, yeah.
Which is I wouldn't bet on this one because it's very close. No.
Go on, let's have Daddy Oj's prediction for the rest of the year for Liverpool. Don't forget, there's just
for
Liverpool.
Yeah. I think Liverpool.
So wait, before you go on.
All right.
How are you going to do in the FA Cup?
We can't continue the FA Cup. We gave you a chance because we wanted you to have something to play for.
Go on, Karen. Europa League?
Europa League. Well, I think we've got a good draw. I suppose it's written in the stars, and it would be interesting for it to be Liverpool-Leverkusen final. Klopp leaves, and then Xabi Alonso comes to Liverpool. But having beaten them in the final, well, that would be ironic, wouldn't it?
What, as in Leverkusen beat you?
Liverpool.
Or Liverpool beat Leverkusen?
Either way, but it would be a bit weird, wouldn't it?
I think it would be nicer if Klopp wins and like sort of pass. Like, it was a good game. Do you know what I mean?
A relay, here's the baton.
Or sort of like that. And do you know what would be funny? If Klopp won and then Xabi Alonso went up with him to lift the trophy. He's like, yeah, I'm going to be here next year anyway.
If they won the Europa League, would they get into Champions League next year? So what about the fifth place then? So you already had one place. I suppose we can only have 5, can we? Maximum.
So you can only have 5 maximum in one competition.
You're right.
I think that's different with the Conference League. But yeah, it generally goes down a spot so for example, if Liverpool win the Europa League, they're already in the Champions League, so there'd be an extra spot for the Europa League in the league table, right?
But what if Liverpool won the Premier League?
No, it doesn't matter. Are already in the Champions League. You're going to come top 4, right?
Okay.
So then usually
the sixth place
sixth place gets
so Man United
League.
Could get in
Europa League. No, we're already going to get Europa League because fifth will have Champions League.
Where are you at the moment?
We are 6th. Thanks for asking.
Behind Tottenham.
Behind Tottenham and Villa.
How many points behind?
We are 6 points behind Villa and 3 points behind Spurs, but they have a game in hand, I think.
Right. Okay.
Or we're 6 points behind both.
Actually, we haven't mentioned Chelsea, Mike.
Yeah, should we talk about the shiters?
No, but Mike, they're on a bit of an upward.
Upward. Actually, I saw an article today. We are 1 point ahead of where we were last year. So there's progress.
That is progress.
That is progress.
But you're in the top 10.
Hold on. Don't fuck yourself. That's not progress. Spending how much money over the summer and going being 1 point better is not progress. Dad?
Well, there we go. So this is a discussion about progress. What is defined as progress? Have Newcastle progressed this year?
No, they've gone down like minus 14 points or something.
Did they overachieve last year?
Exactly.
Yeah, they overachieved massively.
Whereas Chelsea should have been up there last year, should they?
Because everyone else was shite and they nabbed the Champions League spot.
But I suppose Man United have overachieved this year.
Why? Why have we overachieved this year? Okay, here's a stat for you. And no one will know these stats, but
because you make them up.
No. Oh, here's a stat for you, right?
Okay.
So we might have conceded a lot of shots. Like, it's been reported that Man United have conceded a lot of shots, and it's a factual statement, right? No, it's a factual statement. Right, We've conceded a lot of shots this year against a lot of...
On target or just shots?
Just everything. Shots on target, whatever. We've conceded a lot, right?
Okay.
But we are second best in the league for XG per chance created. So to explain that even further...
Yeah, please.
We might... So say, for example, in the game, we concede 20 shots on goal, right? On paper, 20 shots on goal looks like you've defended badly, right?
Right.
But it doesn't tell you exactly where these shots are from, how big each chance is, and we're second in the league only to Liverpool on minimising how big that chance is. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I don't think it sounds like just a made-up stat.
No, it's not made up.
Have a discussion.
What I'm saying is every time there's a shot on goal for against United, it's like a harder chance than on every other team.
Who's got the golden gloves at the moment?
It is David Raya.
David Raya.
Arsenal.
So that's clean sheets, isn't it?
Yeah, but you don't worry about
they're top of the league.
Yeah, but it doesn't. The league table sort of lies with the clean sheets because we're second. Man United.
What? Because
on clean sheets.
What? Onana.
Yeah.
Has he been in goal all season?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean. It sort of lies.
So you've had a really up and down season, really, and like you still got a goalie. He's like second with clean sheets, which is really weird. But you're going under the radar a bit at the moment, aren't they? But every time there's something negative. No, I'm just talking proper because Man United, they do go a little bit under the radar with all the nonsense that goes on, doesn't it? I mean, Rashford's mum's just written a book.
Oh, really?
He's just lost another reason why his form might be down. Apparently, I think a close cousin of his has passed away. So, yeah, what we got to remember, I listened to TalkSport and Darren Bent said when Andy Goldstein said, "Oh, he's rubbish," and that some person's rubbish and not that. And Darren Bent said, no, I'd never say that about professional football because I know how difficult it was to get there. He might not be playing well at the moment, but they're not rubbish. They're very talented.
That's what they've said about Rashford. Like when he has those spells when he's really good. Apparently, it's like when he's in a good space with his girlfriend and all that. And then when he's broken up with his girlfriend, he's not playing.
Which is like Augeyboyz, isn't it? Really, your videos are great when you're in a good space, isn't it? And look at the moment.
It does help with the creativity.
Look at that 5.8 million.
When have the views ever dropped off since we hit the big dog time? No, we never hit the big dog time.
Anyway, do your viewers know that I was Papa Pickford for 1 second?
He always brings this up. If you actually are a big Augeyboyz fan and you remember the series, which is Pickford teaches son how to play football. Was it something like that? Pickford teaches son how to be a goalkeeper. Yeah. Sorry. I think it was episode 4,
I have no idea. But all I know is you just said, sit there, kick the ball, retake, do it again. That was the end of my career on the Augeyboyz.
You were Pickford's dad, and basically the premise of the sketch was the reason why Pickford's so angry and aggressive with his son is because that was what his dad was like with him. Does that and that tangents in perfectly to our childhood.
Your childhood, you did have one.
Well, you tell me. You and my dad.
You did.
Where'd you start?
Where'd you start? We're not going to start from birth. No,
I was going to say we start, because this is
at the beginning
kind of podcast
from a football perspective.
And you coached Chaz throughout a lot of his childhood.
I did. I did. Well, you know what it's like. It's like, so you go to watch football because Jamie, your big brother, didn't carry on football. He stopped.
And I wonder why.
I'm just going to stop you there.
Go on.
Jamie didn't play football because he wasn't blessed with footballing ability like we were. In the nicest way.
No,
and I think
Jamie's a late developer because actually when we can talk about it later, he became a centre half.
Extremely late.
Jay, if you're watching this, I will defend you to the hill, son.
Jamie will watch this clip. But
I played rugby with him on Friday.
It doesn't matter. Jamie will admit that Jamie wasn't blessed with the football talent.
No, he hasn't got right. Okay, so
we had.
So let's just clear this right up. These two boys are very talented footballers.
Thank you.
Okay, they both can use both feet, their heads, and they both got football brains. So they're all-round skills. It's just their desire to play at a higher level was wanting because you just couldn't be bothered, really.
Oh, absolutely.
But we'll go back to childhood.
Wait. Let me just interrupt you quickly. You're saying we both play at a good level. Yeah. If we carried on playing and we took it seriously, say how seriously we take Augeyboyz, we took football that seriously.
Hang on, you're comparing how seriously. Like you work about 20 hours a week?
Mate, I work bare hours. No, it's a nibble.
That's a joke. They work really hard.
Two things.
Yeah.
What level do you think we both could have got to, and who would have got further or higher? And be careful.
Right.
No, sorry, but don't be careful. He thinks you're gonna. I know he knows the answer, but carry on.
Well,
come on.
No, because there's an analogy. The analogy here is I've always thought that you have all the ability, as in skill set, like the top players,
who?
And maybe the people right at the top, like the Salahs of this world and the Kevin De Bruyne's and all the Messi's, have something a little bit more. I think you're fit. I've always felt that in any sport, you've got to be ultra fit. Because that's great, right? So you've got to put that work in. The desire. We had Graham Murty came from Reading down to do a speech at the club once, and he said, I was never blessed with the greatest talent, but what I had was a fantastic work ethic, and that's why he progressed so well. He was a right back. Okay, he wasn't exceptional, but he did very well. He had a great career in football.
Sounds like you're avoiding the answer.
No, I'm not avoiding the answer. I think you could have got semi-pro.
Yeah, but I'm talking give a level. So give when you say semi-pro,
I don't think I'd ever put a limit on it because I think there's always
Conference South.
There's always a chance.
Conference
I think
South?
Even Conference South. Who's the sort of hardest players you've played against? Anyone sort of recognized?
Semi-pro.
You say semi-pro. Well, you played. Mikey made his debut at 15.
I played against Reading under 18s.
Yeah.
And
when they were in the
lost
Prem,
6-1, but I was the best player on the pitch.
Well, you always say that.
No. You ask Craig Martin, throwback.
Right. Well, here's a comparison. You went up. I don't know if I should say it, but you went up to Burnley, didn't you? You did something with TikTok, and you looking at the level of those players. You didn't feel out of place, did you?
Well, okay. Let me just
one of you hit the crossbar and they didn't.
Let me just clarify this, right? Okay. So we went to a day up in Burnley for a TikTok shoot, and the Burnley players were brilliant, right? You're all brilliant pros, but unfortunately, when they played with us, they didn't perform in our.
Maybe you dragged them down.
In our challenges.
Maybe you dragged them down a level.
No, we didn't. They didn't perform in our challenges how we thought they would.
Yeah, and I think it's maybe our expectations of them were a bit higher than what they showed us.
I think we expected Bruno Fernandes and Kevin De Bruyne capability, and no offense to them, they weren't quite there. But that's probably why they're about to get relegated.
I just think if you apply yourself, you probably could have played maybe conference.
Say semi-pro conference.
Semi-pro conference.
So who goes further?
I can't measure the two because you've got different.
Have you played in the FA Cup? Have you played in the FA Cup? Yeah.
Listen. That's bullshit. And I'll tell you exactly why that's bullshit. And you know this for a fact. My work ethic is 10 times better than his. Not 10. That's harsh. Maybe 2.
I think it depends really on your attitude as well. It's not just about. You've got to have the right attitude. It's a rounded thing. You've got to have the skill set, which is obviously the fitness, and then you've got to have the focus. and you've also got the desire.
You got the ability, and also you've asked this question because you were like, "Oh, he's going to say me 100%."
That wasn't why. No, that wasn't why. I promise you, it wasn't why. But what I want to know,
I think you could both, because I think in your strongest positions. So
where would you play us?
Well, put it this way: I wouldn't play you up front. Right?
I'm not saying. Where would you play me?
No, but I would play Mikey as an attacking.
No, pick a position. Stop.
There's two positions. I think Mikey could play a striker.
What, full out number 9? Like Haaland.
Full out number 9.
Yeah.
Because actually,
not quite Haaland.
When he played with his stepbrother, the two of them he used to play midfield. Mikey, as soon as he saw the midfielder, which is probably like Haaland.
They used to walk off the pitch angry, didn't they?
Yeah, he did. But when De Bruyne has got the ball, Haaland knows where to run, and De Bruyne knows where. And likewise, when you and Sam, it was similar to that. And I think when
Sam is our stepbrother,
and Mikey has that ability, if he's got the right connection with the midfielders, he'll always run the channels, and he's blessed with pace, and he can outtake me. Whereas your
avoidance strategy.
No.
Good.
So for you, when you were little, right, I always felt that I wanted you to play right back because I thought that you would. No, because you played in
the
midfield.
Room, he said,
no.
Because
I just think I wanted to play like a progressive, like an attacking right backs, like the way they play football now. We're talking now, what, 20, nearly
so
20.
You started.
I was the original Pep. No, but
you changed football, didn't you?
No, but I just thought you had the ability because you were young and you were fit. You could run up and down the pitch all day long. So you would be a really good
busybody as well.
Busybody, and in the midfield. And at the beginning, when you were really young, people won't believe this, but Charlie was terrible at tackling. Awful. Didn't like it. Because your old mate Lewis used to tackle everything. He was like hard little bunker. And then and then there's something changed. Probably when you got towards puberty, which was before, you started to get aggressive and actually enjoyed tackling and started to become a bit more.
Competitiveness finally came out.
It's
never gone.
It did. I think
the funny thing is though, like if you said like if you could never say that about me now, could you? That it doesn't like a tackle. Like
no, you love it. Love
like
the
most aggressive person.
But then you see, I think both of you I would class as footballers. So when you've played in the TikTok matches. And Mikey played centre back in one of those games, remember? And he just like bossed it, and then
he played it in the charity game.
You did. He bossed it in the charity game. They put it at the back.
Never played that position before.
But it's just because both of you know how to read a game, so you understand the game of football, which is what Pep is always trying to do. He's like people go in a position. Yes, you've got a job to do as defending, but then it's about what is it about in football? Very simple, isn't it? Holding on to the ball, making right decisions. Scoring more goals than the opposition.
You can tell he's my father, doesn't he? Because he does just chat a lot, which is
you can tell you're my son,
and I can tell. Yeah, do you know what I mean?
And Mikey goes quiet.
Mikey's there.
Mikey's always gone quiet because he just goes, I can't be bothered to fight for air.
There's no point. But basically,
just good job. Your brother's not here as well, isn't it?
No. So he's missed. What? He didn't even answer the question, did he?
What?
I can't even remember the question.
The question was who would go further. I said no because I said
no. That wasn't. There was a question after that. I'm sure there was.
No, who would go further?
Positions.
Positions. So I have answered the question. I said Mikey, striker.
You're on to me. You're not talking half hour.
I said right back in the change. No. So I think you would probably be a good CDM, right in front of the back four.
Because distro like Rodri.
Well, you can compare yourself to anybody.
Casemiro.
I just think you would just be
Kobe Mainoo.
No, you'd just be Chaz. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Chazri. How about that? Chazri.
No. Check out Chaz. That's my dark name.
Mikeland. No. But I think that's where you'll probably be best because one is you know how to break it up the game, and then when you were in possession, you wouldn't be afraid of holding on to the ball and that actually looking to, but maybe more like a Declan, maybe Declan Rice and
Declan Donnelly.
You're probably the same height. Actually, you're probably taller than
the same height as me.
I'm taller than you.
No, we'll have to check this. But anyway.
So there you go. CDM, striker. And would you not agree?
And now we come to the question of all questions, which we have said to you for ages, and you always sit on the fence. Oh, wow. So you're not allowed to sit on the fence, right? You have to pick Mikey or Chaz for a team. You can't pick them both. Who'd you pick?
For a team? What position am I picking for?
No, it doesn't matter.
Oh, I've got to pick. It's like
fucking Mike.
Both my sons are lying injured in the road. Which one do I save?
Shotgun.
Exactly. I think it's a ridiculous question, really, because you don't have to choose between you.
You've got a 26-man squad, right? Just say for whatever reason you've got a 26-man squad. Yeah. There's one spare space. You've got exactly the right amount of CDMs already. You've got exactly the right amount of strikers already. Do you know what I mean? You're just taking another player.
I would probably I
won't take offence.
No, I would probably take you only on the basis because you can play anywhere. Right, all right. But you can be a utility.
Anywhere is very generous.
No, apart from in goal.
Oh, defensively. Anywhere.
Defensively anywhere, midfield anywhere.
I wouldn't trust him.
What I'm saying is, it's like selecting like the rugby on the bench. Who do you put on the bench? You've got a utility player who can step in and fill a hole at defence or in midfield, and could go up front if you had to, or you had someone else in a part you could move around. Mikey's strengths, I think, are his attacking ability. However, he can play defence because he's a footballer.
But I fucking hate slide tackling.
Yeah,
I would never go down.
You don't have to be slide. Why? How often do you see Van Dijk slide tackle?
Need to. Exactly. You don't need to.
You don't have to. Exactly.
Just jockey.
And also,
then let them go past.
You see him with who's not Billy Wingrove, the other guy he used to work together. Jez. He was showing Jez. Jez had the ball at his feet and he was showing a bit of defending. And
it was about a year and a half old. Dad's only just catching up.
Sorry, it's my TikTok's a bit old. But he's just showing. He said he looks in his eyes. He said he wasn't watching the ball because he's just watching his eyes to see what he's going to do.
Yeah, Chaz is too busy like trying to defend, but also getting the guy's head at the same time.
There you go. There's my answer.
What do I do?
So thank you. And then that's so basically.
But you won't make the England 23-man squad.
No, I know. But basically, that clarifies the fact that I'm a better footballer than him.
No, it doesn't mean you're a better footballer.
No, that is not the case.
Let's change that question then. Who's the better footballer?
No. Wait. We wait for that for the next segment.
No, hang on. We'll wait Messi or Van Dijk? Who's the better footballer? That's a silly question.
Messi.
No, he's not.
Yes.
Well, he can't play. He can't play in centre of defence, and Van Dijk.
I wouldn't put it past him.
He does not defend.
No, but he doesn't need to.
No, but that's my point. It's like, how do you define a better footballer? Right.
Who's the greatest ever footballer you've ever seen ever?
Ever?
Who'd you pick?
You're not allowed to say Jamie.
What, as in?
Just in the world, Maradona, Messi, Ronaldo. Who's the best footballer ever in your opinion?
Wow,
Dad, think about this now.
Johan Cruyff was
Think about this now, Dad. On TikTok, it will say Augeyboyz dad tells you his favourite footballer ever.
Well, I used to look up to Bobby Moore because he was England.
He was taller than you.
Yeah, because I was only little. But Bobby Moore, Johan Cruyff, those were the people in the days. Franz Beckenbauer.
Did you actually watch these guys?
Oh, I saw some of them in the World Cup in 74 and 78 when I lived abroad, yeah.
So 74, when you was 8 years old, you were watching football?
Yeah.
So I'm just getting at you, just checking your facts are correct.
Well, because I had a sticker book.
Ah.
And in one of those World Cups, Zaire was in it. It was A to Z. Zaire, African country.
Well, they qualified?
Yeah, one of the World Cups. Because
Zaire.
You haven't
heard of Zaire?
No, I have not.
No, it's a country in Africa. But it was the Z because it was on the last page. I think they played in green.
So who's your favourite ever footballer in the world?
My favourite ever?
Well, not favourite, sorry. Who do you think the best ever footballer to grace the world is?
Do you know what? It's a difficult one because it's different eras.
But get straight answers.
No, but it is because at the moment I've got this thing about Bellingham. I just think he's fantastic. For his age, everything about him as a mature young man. He's younger than you, isn't he? He's 18, 19. And then I suddenly seen your new lad,
Kobe
Mano. I thought, wow, there's a great player, And then you got Trent in this era, and then there was Gerrard, and there was Lampard, and there was Scholesy.
I don't think any of these are in the debate for best ever player to great.
No, but I think in the current era, it's got to be.
I'm not talking about current era, like just any. Whenever since you started watching football till your young age now.
I mean, Johan Cruyff was the genius. He's why football is played like it is today.
You'd say Johan Cruyff?
Possibly.
Oh, nice. That's a different answer. I didn't expect that.
Cruyff. Well, he created the Cruyff turn, and he did it on the stage. No, but the stage, no one ever he did this turn, and no one went, where did that come from?
Yeah.
But I didn't follow enough of that football. I mean, I watched a lot. I mean, I lived away, so that's why I supported Liverpool really, because that was the only sort of team you could keep up with. And in those days,
our dad lived in about how many countries when you were young?
Romania, France, Saudi Arabia, St. Croix.
Why were you such a traveller?
Because stepdad worked in the oil industry, so we had to travel around. So then they sent me to boarding school. And
then you sent me to, where did you go to boarding school, Dad?
Hurstpier Point.
Hurstpier Point. Was it a full boys' school?
All boys' school, yeah.
Right. Okay. Did you enjoy that?
I love the sport.
Okay. No, what are you laughing at? I'm just asking questions.
I went to 2 boarding schools actually.
You were smiling.
I went to 2 boarding schools. I went to one when I was 9, and then then we went to Bahrain, and then went there for 18 months. Then went back to boarding school.
Right. I don't know how we've tangented to his boarding school from when I
asked the question.
No, I asked the question of greatest ever. See, because I would fully argue
in those days of Liverpool, you see, as well.
No, but I just fully argue with you that Messi is just the greatest ever footballer to greatest.
But you've got nothing to compare him against because you haven't watched football in the eras before, have you? Because you're growing up era, didn't you? I mean, how long? Yeah. So Messi.
I was going to say because you've watched like a transition of football, like how it's played. We've only kind of watched like Messi and Ronaldo era. Yeah. Like obviously we can go back and watch the other players, but like you've seen how football's changed completely, and like you've watched it all.
Exactly. And I'll give you an example. It's in rugby, but it's not football. So I Club Isha, the rugby director is a guy called Peter Winterbottom, who in his day before the professional was the leading sort of flanker for England. He was everyone's hero. Yeah. And some kid, Isha, went home and he said, "We got a new rugby coach, Dad. Apparently he's quite special. His name's Peter Winterbottom. Don't know who he is because the kid's only 18 or 19. Never heard of him." But it's the same thing. So you because you do a lot of football stuff and you've probably seen it. And I think also because you play people like FIFA, you've been introduced to the older footballers and you get to choose them. Like, I don't know, people like Puskás maybe, I don't know, and those guys that go back. You know,
you got better football knowledge than I thought you had.
Yeah, because you just think you're best at everything.
No, I don't think I'm best at everything. I just think.
Who beat you at pickleball?
Sorry?
Sorry.
No, we'll come on to
table tennis.
Okay, Ronaldo or Messi?
Who won the table tennis competition?
Ronaldo or Messi?
Ronaldo or Messi? The complete footballer.
No, I'm not saying the complete footballer.
No, but it's a really difficult debate.
No, Ronaldo or Messi. You just got to pick one.
What? Does my life depend on it?
Yeah. There's a gun to your head, and you just got to pick one.
I don't know. I think if you were designing a footballer,
you design Ronaldo.
You would design Ronaldo because he's tall.
Without the ego.
Exactly. That's why he comes down a little bit.
But Messi's the better footballer.
That ego is what makes him the best player in the world.
But Messi's great, but then, Ronaldo is a goal scorer, can score.
But Messi's the better footballer, no? In my opinion, anyway.
I think you're probably right. Yeah, no, Messi's blessed with the talent because Ronaldo had to teach himself. He learned. Yeah. If you look at Ronaldo, he actually worked really hard to become who he is, whereas Messi was blessed with some talent, but also took it.
So who was blessed with more talent in football, me or Mikey?
Oh, who's blessed with more talent? I don't know. I think Mikey's probably a bit more natural. You have to work at stuff a little bit more, especially when it comes to techers.
Techers? What,
right, skills. Mikey's got some great skills.
The reason I have better skills
because you work at them.
Because I was in the garden doing keepy uppies like all the time. Yeah. I used to just do that all the time. Yeah. Stuff like that. It's like little things. I think. Yeah. Skill wise, I'm better than you by far. I don't even. If you could even know.
What depends what type of skill. What type of skill we're talking? Is in like keepy uppies and that. Because you admitted the other day that I had a better. What did we admit? You were a better touch and I was better passer. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're a good passer of the ball. You can see you got a good vision. I mean, I think as a family, as sportsmen, we've got we understand the nuances of the game. So even when we've played five-a-side together, so you have this instinct of where you're going to be. And when I play with you guys, I'd go, I know Mikey's going to be shooting down there. I can just put a ball into space. Likewise with Charlie, I can play it to your feet and you take a bit of weight coming through you and, you would give it to me. So
a bit of weight coming through me?
Yeah, well, one of the lads coming through your back trying to get you.
Yeah, I'll just go down for the foul.
Yeah, well, that's because you like to cheat. But
whoa, no, that's just clever.
To a point. It's to a point.
Very clever.
Well, what about Guy Havertz coming out now and saying that that red card where he dived? He's actually said he dived, got contact, and he
who?
No, so
in a game against Brentford, Havertz should have got booked for diving and been sent off, but then he ended up scoring the goal to win the game. Yeah, it's kind of that. And has he come out and said
someone said he's come out and he said
I think the independent review of it said he should have been sent off. Basically,
he dived.
Yeah.
So, but then you got this debate going. Well, bit of contact. What would you do? But then. I thought for games like football, you're supposed to stay on your feet.
But the problem is if you don't go down, the ref's less likely to give it.
Yeah, but if you stay on your feet and just get on with the game, you're more likely to score.
Yeah, but you could also buy.
It depends what you like in life, is it? Do you graft or just want an easy life?
Not about easy life. Jose Mourinho,
easy life,
famously said in the Tottenham documentary, you need to be a bit of a win.
A bit of a beep 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 beep. Yeah, but there are ways of being a beep 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 without cheating.
Go on.
Well,
also before you.
No, you can be aggressive.
You're a shit house. You're a shit house. Yes.
When am I?
I've seen you play like sports. You're definitely a shit house. Yeah, and he knows it as well. That's why he's smiling.
No, I have been.
He says stuff. He does stuff.
He's not a shit house like you being a shit house. Not as much as you.
No. Only because he's older now and he has to be a bit more mature. But when I guarantee, I've watched him play sport.
When you're younger, when you're not as mature, you grow up and stuff, you become more mature. But I don't think you're getting any more mature.
Because I think it's part of the game and I think it's good. And I think it works. What do you think?
I don't fucking.
But there's a psychology in football, isn't it? It's like in tennis. I watched that thing of the tennis, and was it Medvedev is actually a bit of a shithouser. He plays all the games to wind up his opponent. But if you let them get in your head, it affects you. You've got a game. But is about But that's your mental ability. But but if you were a professional footballer and you had all those core skills, you'd work on all of those which you're not so strong at.
So what I've realised now is Chaz is pointing to me,
and
he's pointing to me for those audio listeners. He's pointing to me saying like,
your audio listeners. He's pointing at Mikey.
Yeah, so he's saying are you saying you get in my head? Is that what you're saying?
You tried to get in Mikey's head.
You try to, and you never do because I don't care that much about it. So what? Yeah.
I'm already in Mikey's head before the game's even started. That's the difference.
Let me ask you a question, Char.
He's not.
But let's just turn it around the other way. Yeah. So, do people get into your head? Or do you just have a brick wall in your head?
No, I'd admit some people can. Yeah, some people can. But then I think I'm also good at sort of getting back in theirs, sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? Right. I'll accept people get in my head, but I also get.
But I think Mikey has the ability just to let it wash.
No, I don't agree.
Most of the time,
I don't think you can.
I think everyone can be affected. It's how you deal with it, and how long it affects with you. Because I mean, I have in my head, I do a little bit of refereeing, and I know you like to get at refs and stuff because you think the more you get at refs, and I suppose it's life, isn't it? The more you keep going, and it's left in their head.
I was going to say because obviously you do refereeing now.
Only up to
I'm trying to think. For example, someone like Chaz, getting your ear constantly, all game, being a little just annoying.
I'll just have a word.
Rat. Yeah. Would you have a word? And also, would that make you sway? Or his side, or kind of the other way, like, if a foul happens on him, would you be like, oh, actually, I'll just let that play on, that kind of vibe?
Do you know what?
If he's a professional, he shouldn't be letting it sway either way.
No, I wouldn't. Exactly that. No, I wouldn't let it sway, but I'd actually probably go, you deserve that.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
At least he's giving a bit of banter back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but as a referee, and it's tough. I get it now. You cannot help but stuff is in your head.
Yeah.
And someone keeps going, and you might go 9 times out of 10, you wouldn't be affected by it. But there might be one occasion when you win.
So this is my point. This is what I say to Mikey. But
I think that's an any walk of life.
There's a 10% chance, right? If I
don't think it's that high.
Whatever it is, there's a percentage chance that I'm going to affect his next decision in the way that I want it to go. Possibly. And that's why I do it.
Possibly. I'm sure your scientists.
I think the percentage is higher the other way.
Yeah.
So I think it's not as worth it.
But if you're spending all your time trying to get into people's head, then you're not using your energy elsewhere.
That's my point exactly.
Where you can benefit the team. So, because you've got, if you were not as skillful or as useful a good a player as you are, I think it'd be a waste of talent, because actually I think shithousery, you call it, is someone who's not that great. Then they do it because they're trying to short. Well, maybe that is. Maybe it's maybe because you're not as good as you think you are, and you use it to slow the game down. I get it. And there are certain times when you can do it, but I just.
What about throwback to the Euro final? Do you remember the Euro final when Chiellini pulled Saka down?
Yeah.
Do you remember that bit of the game when we was 1-0? I think it was, or maybe it was 1-0, and Saka's through on goal. Chiellini throws him, pulls him down aggressively to the floor. It's a professional yellow card.
Was he definitely going to score?
Not necessarily score, but it's those super professional fouls. Yeah. And it's a yellow all day of the week.
He did get booked, yeah.
Yeah, he did get booked. But what I'm saying, is that cheating, or is that gamesmanship, or is that just clever?
I don't think it's clever. It's gamesmanship.
Why is that not clever?
Isn't it cheating because you got booked? That's the point of it. You get penalised for doing something.
He got the right.
Why is that not clever? Because he stopped that whole attack.
It is. It's not. I don't say it's clever, but he sacrificed himself for the team.
Yeah.
But the risk at that he took a 50-50 chance of going just to getting a yellow card. If Saka had got a bit further on and had a really good goal scoring opportunity, he could have got a red card.
Yeah, of course.
And then not scored, gone into extra time, one man down. So yeah,
but I debate you. Is it not
taking one for the team? I mean, if I was on the pitch and someone's gone through and I was shouting, just take him, get him if you can.
This is my point. So is that not clever that he's? Because bear in mind, this was actually near the halfway line, but because it was on a counter, like it looked like it was going to be a really big opportunity, and he took it for the team. And then the whole team get behind the ball, and then England have got to reset. Italy have got to reset. So is that not really clever? Just take the yellow. Well done. Whereas some people like Mikey might not pull him down. Whereas I would not just pull him down. I'd hack him down.
Well, yeah, but then
I still get yellow. But yeah,
no, you get red if you hacked him.
Yeah, but how many times you
excessive force
scenario of me? I'm a striker. I would never be in that scenario. Like, I don't need to think about that.
No, there are times that you've got to assess.
I'm saying how many times more than
you have to evaluate the situation on the field at that time. What do you do?
Are you asking me?
No, that's what you have to do, isn't it? You just evaluate at that moment.
I think I'm not disagreeing. It's not clever, but that's a different scenario. So then we're talking about you getting in the refs face all the time, being a little rat.
I'd get bored of that. And if you were annoying me as a ref, I would actually pull you to one side and say, one more and I'm booking you for unlike nice conduct or something. And then I'll be bored.
Unnice contact.
What is it called?
I'm booking you for unsportsmanlike conduct. But I prefer the unnice conduct.
Anyway, do you want to keep to your itinerary or move on? No.
Should we have a little break?
Dad coaching Charlie.
No, we could have a little breather, you know.
Okay.